Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes React. I'm Office Bloke Dave.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
I'm Office Bloke Naz.
Collectively we are
Office Blokes.
Blokes. And we are coming at you live, but not live, from Studio 3 of Atlantic Podcast Studios. We've taken over.
Yeah.
We like it.
We moved in.
It's ours.
We can't do anything if we don't move our shit out. We can't. There's nothing they can do, is there?
No.
That's it. We own it.
And then also we have a...
We also have a Patreon channel. Yeah, go and have a look at patreon.com. Got all different tiers there. Putting Office Blokes Reacts. Start at just £1.50. We've got block content, early access, exclusive videos. So if you want to come along and support our channel, which a lot of people have done already, which has been fantastic, come along and have a look.
So that segues us into this quite nicely. This is a Patreon request.
It is indeed.
Who's this one, Mike?
This is from Kevin Hamilton.
Cheers, Kev.
Yep. Top 5 lifeguard rescues.
I've never been to Australia.
No, me neither.
I know this is Bondi Beach.
Famous beach,
miles
isn't it?
away though, isn't it?
It's
too far.
It's away.
Yeah, everyone I know that goes, they go out there for a year and then they come back and all they talk about is Oz for the next 2 years of their life. And it ruined it for me. Yeah, the thing is, back in Oz, and I'm like, fucking shit.
Guaranteed, he works on a farm and spent time at the beach.
Yeah. You're back in the UK with the miserable weather now, so just act like it.
I like the weather.
Yeah,
I like this weather.
Makes us tough. That's for sure.
It does.
It's a British thing, the weather, isn't it?
Yeah. So top 5 lifeguard rescues. Bondi rescue.
Bondage
rescues. That's late night. That's on my OnlyFans. Season 14. So this is quite specific for a request.
It is really, isn't it?
Season 14.
Yeah.
Do you think the guy that's requested it is one of the rescues?
Oh, maybe. What a good point. Yeah, maybe.
I think, is it Kevin that requested
Kevin,
I think he was just giving us an example of what he wanted, and this was one of the links he sent
fair
through.
enough.
If I'm wrong, Kev, let me know.
Well, let's get into it.
Yep.
Coming back up, way under. Ready? Go Arizona.
Max thinks he's seen something in the water. But then it's gone.
I was looking at the flag and I was wondering, is there actually a person behind there?
Whatever's there is obscured from view by the flag.
The flag is in the middle.
500 metres to the north, Chapo has a clear view.
Yeah, go ahead. And then all of a sudden, the guy popped out from behind the flag and I was like, wow, we really need to get this guy.
It's unclear how long the man has been struggling against the rip. The man bounces off the bottom.
He's up here. He's coming back up, way under. Ready? Go Arizona.
As precious seconds tick away, the man barely has enough energy to keep his head up.
Yeah, you got him.
But that's when I'd noticed that closer in there was another guy who was just in the same amount of trouble.
Another man has drifted into exactly the same spot. But from the tower, he's also hidden by the flag. Mario is unaware Harrison has a double rescue on his hands and needs backup.
I turned the board around and I tried to catch a wave in, but on the angle, so I could pass him and collect him on the way through. In my head, I thought it would go to plan. It didn't go to plan.
Chapo races to back up from the other end of the beach.
To me, they looked like they were in a lot of trouble.
Chopper went in. Someone else.
Overshooting the second patient poses a new dilemma to Harrison. Who to help next?
Is it me, or are they not even helping themselves?
I think
They kind of just stood there.
depending on how long you've been bobbing out there, you might be absolutely knackered.
Yeah, but you stood up. Look at these guys, they're knee deep, only like 10 metres away.
It might drop off quite quick. I don't know. It's hard to say with things like that.
Yeah.
You can get beaches like places in Portugal where it goes like that for 10 foot and then just drops.
Dives
But he
down.
stood up in the water.
Is he actually stood up there?
Just then he was stood up in the water. I mean, the waves are battering his head.
Yeah.
But he's just not helping himself. He's kind of looking at the guy for guidance, obviously.
Yeah.
But, you try and scramble back a little bit, wouldn't you? And try and help yourself. You'd find that extra bit.
I think it can be a bit deceiving. They don't think they're in trouble, and then they use all their energy, and then suddenly it's like shit. They're just jelly.
I mean, you think. I mean, obviously, I don't know. You'd get swept in by the sea, wouldn't you? But obviously, maybe the tide's going out at that time, or
it's like a rip current.
Right. So caught underneath, keeping him.
Yeah, it's dragging him out.
Right.
The first guy who just don't let go. Really dangerous to go out and try and rescue someone with no equipment, because they're going to see you afloat and they're just going to jump all over you. They don't care if they take you down with them.
Chapo battles the waves. In a panic, the man pushes Harrison underwater.
In that situation, Harrison was well in control of what he was doing. He just needed my
stood
help
up,
to do it more effectively.
I think they were kids though as well. To be fair,
They look youngish,
they
didn't
keep
they?
saying the man, but I think they were both kids.
Ban him from the sea.
That's why we don't like going in the sea, isn't it?
I love going in the sea.
I wouldn't like fancy it when it was like that.
I'd be right
at
in
all.
there.
Would you?
Yeah, guaranteed.
No, not for me.
I've seen someone in Portugal, a grown man that was in great shape, obviously a really good swimmer, and he was probably 10 foot away from the shoreline and he was completely stuck.
Really?
Completely stuck. Just couldn't get in, and they ended up having to rescue him. But the flags were out to say no swimming because of the tides today.
Right.
And he'd just gone in thinking he was fine.
Yeah.
He couldn't. He probably went on for about 10-15 minutes, and he's 10 foot away, he's literally there. And he would have been dead.
It's just a powerful thing to see, isn't it? What can you do?
Happened to me. Remember me telling you it happened to me in Thailand?
Yeah.
Where I was out, so the kids couldn't go past me, but I started drifting. Next thing I was too far out and I was struggling to get back.
Yeah.
But I managed to get back. But you helped yourself. Then they just didn't seem to help themselves.
You've got to try, haven't you?
Veteran lifeguard Chapo is joined by first-year lifeguard Sam.
That's an absolute survival stroke at its finest. They were panicking, trying to get in, unable to get in. That's just like fighting.
Where is the shore? Go for the right-hand side. I'll go the left-hand side, okay? Where's the board?
With only one board on the buggy, Chapo must drop Sam off,
You go first, I'll go get a board.
then go for another board. A surfer sees the trouble unfolding.
A surfer came along and floated one of the girls, so I thought, oh, thank goodness she's out of trouble. Sam can get the other girl now. Yeah, that one girl's horrific. And Sam paddled past the girl in dire straits and went for the girl that was already being floated by the surfer. What are you doing?
Even though she was being held up by a surfer, she was unresponsive.
All right, if we're going to get our legs on the floor, we're going to lie down really good.
She's taken on a lot of water, and I wasn't getting much response at all.
Hey, you there?
100 metres up the beach, Chapo has collected...
She's practically dead if no one gets her. Yeah. Like already, if she's been inhaling water, struggling, panicking and stuff like that.
Bad news, isn't it?
That's like seconds count there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Doesn't look as spectacular as it actually is.
Yeah.
Second rescue board.
Sam's grab one girl, but quickly go.
Yeah, I'm on my way. I've got a good visual on her. I know she's struggling. Just hold up.
Fair play to these guys, though.
Yeah, they're brilliant.
The woman must hang on for just a few seconds more.
Hold on, sweetie. Hold on.
Friends from Western Sydney, Claudia and Alicia, are now with lifeguards. But their condition is poor.
Okay, we're going to have to break this boat.
Lots of waves coming. She was not really moving at all. I just wanted to kind of keep her close and just keep telling her it's going to be okay. She had taken in a lot of water, so sort of the next 5 to 10 minutes were just pretty critical.
Okay, sweetie. What we're going to do is we're going to give you some oxygen.
Put the oxygen mask on her and just try and keep her calm.
Yeah, good girl. Seem like you've come around all right.
I don't think an ambulance is necessary.
No, I don't think so either.
The situation becomes clearer to Jules.
That was, really well done. The fact that Sam went for the girl that was being floated by the surfer in the tower, that confused me, but Sam was right there and then, and he did the right thing.
Yeah, just these swimmers in front of me here.
I watched a thing that was about spotting people that are drowning, and it said you're not going to know, because in a distance you get a little arm or something like that.
I wouldn't have noticed in these ones, because you got the heads there and you think, well, probably maybe just treading water and just goofing about or something, but they wouldn't.
It's going to go in the ripside over here and just tread water a little bit. And
But by the time us that are untrained notice there's something wrong, it's probably too late for these people, isn't it? They're in terrible shape, these lifeguards, though, aren't they? They need to sort it out, do some press-ups or something.
Just push back between those red and yellow flags for me, please.
Oh my God. Is it?
Southend to Central, unconscious, out of order. We just tested out without that.
A lifeless swimmer is being dragged from the water by members of the public.
Straight away, I'm preparing for resus.
We're going to come and grab the team for you. He's going to run it down to us.
Defibrillators are used to resuscitate people by sending an electrical charge to the heart.
Where are they?
I know where they are. North of the flag.
By a bit unconscious, do you mean he is unconscious or he's just fading in and out?
Some oxygen.
This guy had a bit of water coming out of his mouth. His eyes were closed and he was unconscious.
Lifeguards quickly assess the man to see if CPR is necessary.
He did have a pulse and he was only just breathing by himself. So with the bag mask, we were giving him 100% oxygen.
Reach out, come on, mate. Reach out. Drag him up a bit more. Get him out the water. Take that, take that across. Take that. Take that. Come up to the dry sand.
The man was pulled from the water between the flags.
Can you bring that oxygen back over?
The flags are normally the safest part of the beach.
Is there anything we should know about? No.
How we didn't see this?
What caused the man's near-death experience?
This my whole cramped up. I didn't see him.
When the guy started coming around, we found out that he had actually got really bad cramp in his legs and he just couldn't even swim. He just went under.
Akka is from Western Sydney and was swimming with friends.
We were out swimming, about close to 100 metres out. Just got a leg cramp and just started panicking. Had to pull him back in shore.
Even in the flags, which is up there with the safest.
100 metres out is far, though.
Yeah, that's a long way, isn't it?
That's not just at the shore. So what we've seen is the end of it, where he's been in trouble for a while. His mates have dragged him back in.
Dragged him back a long way, haven't they?
Wow. It's crack, isn't it?
Chapo. Chapo's a proper Australian name as well, isn't it? Over here be Chappy.
Yeah.
He looks Australian as
does,
well.
Yeah, 100%.
Swimming areas, things do happen. I think Akka owes a lot to his mates for pulling him out that day. I think Akka was a lucky man.
Spotting a man in the danger zone, Baggers tasks young Sam with the job.
Big Sammy's in here, boy.
Okay, copy. Where are you going to the south corner?
In the deep south.
Yeah, I gotcha. Hard to see from here. Yeah, go boys.
Just like another day at the beach for these guys.
Yeah, you're so laid back into that guy. Yeah.
That's that. What you got?
Within seconds, the Rip gives Sam an express ticket over 100 metres out to the man.
Yeah, he's going out really well there, huh? Far out. Good rescue.
Getting back in won't be so easy.
And you're in a strong rip. You got rocks, big wall, big waves. So it's a tricky spot to do a rescue.
Hey mate, how's it going?
I'm alright, mate.
Hey mate, I'm alright. How are you?
Yeah.
It's not a time for small talk, is it really?
What are you up to?
Do anything later? Go and pub or anything? Or?
Bit hungry, mate, to be honest.
Dutch tourist Stefan never expected this when he went for a swim at Bondi.
Yeah, you can see it was dangerous, and for someone who's never been there, it's pretty scary.
Get on the board, get on the board, get on.
Suddenly, a huge set wave runs up. Within seconds, Sam and his patient are ricocheted from the deep water of the Rip into the shallow water alongside Bondi Iceberg's pool.
Lie down on it. Lie down.
He's getting smashed by waves, I'm getting smashed by waves. We're getting nice and close to the rocks. I'm thinking, yeah, this is going to be a hairy one.
The Rip's kind of taking you away from the beach, closer to the rocks. So you have to make a decision whether to paddle out and around or a really long paddle back to the sand, or sometimes you have to take on the rocks and go up the rocks with the patient.
Never before has a first-year lifeguard chosen to go up the rocks.
He's going up the rocks, huh?
Well, pretty much from the paddle out, I knew the Rip was just insane. And I was either we paddle against the Rip for 15 minutes, or we just take our chances, give it a go and go straight up those rocks. And I thought, why not? Better now than never. The rocks kind of opened up and we just slotted it straight in there. It was unreal.
Yeah, that was good. He got out there quick.
It's definitely not what I'd expect a young guy to do at all. Anytime you're dealing with rocks, it can be really dangerous if you don't have the right technique. Marks out of 10.
The mad thing is, the guy he's rescued there isn't like some fat slob.
No,
he's in great
shape. Good shape, didn't he? Pretty fit and everything.
So it kind of shows you that.
It does.
I mean, that doesn't mean he's a strong swimmer just because he's in good shape.
Yeah, I suppose so,
Still.
but still look fit, didn't they?
Yeah.
You know,
it's concerning. It don't bode well for me at the moment.
Don't go in the sea.
Yeah,
you can't go in the sun anyway.
That's true.
You're going to give them a 10 straight up. We'll give him a 7.
Well, mate, see you later. All good, enjoy your day.
Clint Kimmins has 7 years lifeguarding experience on the Gold Coast, but is in his first season at Australia's busiest beach.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's panicking. He's definitely no good.
Trainee Berkey is also at the South End. He's on a rostered day off, but working as a buggy driver for the Bondi Rescue film crew.
And even on my day off, I was still watching the water. I knew something was going to go on down here.
It's just starting to open up now. That tide's really starting to drop.
Suddenly, 5 more swimmers lose their footing on the sandbank.
There's a few others out there now. I'm going to go in.
Just one.
Copy, mate. We'll keep eyes on you. 5 or 6 more people just lost their feet and started to panic.
Oi! Oi! Go in! Go in!
There are now 6 swimmers in trouble and only 1 lifeguard.
Yeah.
Yeah, central to Jethro.
Backup is 800 metres away at the north end.
Mate, there's a few more heads down there. It might even be worth just heading down that way, mate.
Usually the horn's really useful to clear a path, but on this day the horn wasn't working.
I was looking at other people in trouble thinking, geez, we need a few more lifeguards out here.
Hey, buddy! Oi! 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 Swim to me! Swim to me!
A man further in struggles to stay afloat. Trainee lifeguard Berkey is off duty and faced with a decision.
Mate, that guy was properly drowning. I knew I had to go.
As the rip intensifies yet more.
So I mean, it's kind of weird because you've got people further out.
Yeah.
I know there'd be a sandbank and it'll drop.
Yeah.
But it's weird the way it's set like that.
Yeah, and like the
That
people,
must be- yeah,
the people in the middle here are safe.
Yeah.
But they're screwed.
Well, that's the ones beyond them look like they're standing up there, don't they? So it's, that must be literally it. It must be like a certain sandbank and then it must just drop away or something, mustn't it? And
I think there's got to be a lot of panic and inexperience about it.
That's what worries me about the sea, because you don't know what's underneath there, and it's... Yeah, I don't know. I don't fancy it.
You can see rip currents from further back on the beach. You can actually see how it sort of swells.
Yeah.
So, I mean, these guys that are the lifeguards, they know. They're sat watching it, so they know
they
exactly
can see it.
that
the spots.
Yeah.
The hot spot.
Yeah.
Swimmers are sucked out.
Yeah, central to North Rhino. There's about 5 heads now, so worth going in when you get there.
Copy, don't go ahead. 3 arms out of the water.
Jethro finally arrives with first-year Bondi lifeguard Jack. Reedy, Berkey and a volunteer lifesaver manage 5 patients. 2 more swimmers cling to a small bodyboard. Jack heads for the 2 swimmers who are waving, when Jules identifies yet another person in trouble.
There's a chick close to shore who's like practically drowning.
Wait.
You can't ignore when people are in distress.
PA Jack and tell him to turn around and go for the chick into his right. She's the priority.
There's now only 1 lifeguard left on the entire beach.
By the time I grabbed the megaphone, Jack had gone past it. I just had to get in there.
Jethro's going in.
People drown in a minute. You think they're sweet and they just sink, so you can't really leave that up to chance.
Escalated quickly.
Glad you're okay.
This is my 5th summer on the beach. You know, it's time for me to really step up. We've got a lot of new, inexperienced lifeguards, and you know, that puts me in a position to be someone to look up to.
No more swimming in the south corner.
Fair play to them guys. Risking their lives, got to get some people who don't pay attention.
Yeah, no, of course they are, yeah. They do absolutely fantastic job. I mean, how many people would lose their lives if it weren't for these people, you know,
it'd be a lot
going out.
But how much of it is user error kind of thing? Like, how many of these people are fine, but the panic sets in?
Yeah.
Or, I don't know.
I suppose it can do, can't it? Especially if you get into the tides situation and stuff like where it's dragging you out. I mean, you can imagine, you know, if you didn't feel you were a brilliant swimmer, where it'd panic you, I suppose. But
that's it. Some of these people probably can't swim.
Yeah,
they're just paddling. They're just paddling out.
Then sort of like go up to here and you'll be fine. But then they lose their footing.
See, beaches like with the waves like that, I suppose it don't take much to knock you off your feet, does it? Really? And, you know, it's not like a little gentle, you know, 1 foot wave, is it? Like a Blackpool or anything. It's
like in your bath.
Like in your bath. There's big waves, aren't they? It's big seas, aren't they?
When you're fighting to keep your head afloat, and then you get like a couple of foot of that white water coming towards you, and that gets you in the head, and then suddenly you breathe a bit in. You can see how quickly it escalates to just people freaking out.
I can imagine, But great job to do there. Brilliant job.
Well, cheers for that.
Yep. Kevin.
Hamo.
Yeah, you're right, Hamo.
Cheers, Hamo. Cheers, Hamo. I hope you guys liked it too. And I didn't get too het up about it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the bell, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thank you.
Cheers.